Oh, you look so pretty.
We are now recording the February 24th, 2017 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Hello.
Hello. We're going to start with Linda today. Hi, Sarah. It's lunchtime or dinner time for...
I don't think so. Oh, I know why. Let me go to gallery view.
Yes, you need gallery view.
Now I even see the dragon.
The dragon's lurking today, but hopefully we'll hear some comments too.
Oh, look, there's Brandon. He's driving again.
Always driving. So, Linda, you were looking for some help with a lead that you got for a Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, because my daughter runs the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, and they have chapters, and chapter presidents get kind of commissions, or what she calls residuals. And it turns out that the current bookkeeper says that she's tried to get a report from Chamber Master so that she could calculate how much money that commission is supposed to be for each chapter president.
So a Chamber of Commerce, what are they getting commissions on, though?
Members, people they get to join their personal chapter.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so so she says, not only do I have to enter every single member, and there's over 1,000 members into Chamber Master, I have to enter all of those 1,000 members into QuickBooks. And every single thing I do in Chamber Master, I have to do that again in QuickBooks, so I can get the reports and send out these commissions. And I said, well, that's crazy. No wonder you're getting paid $20,000 a year. Can you imagine that?
The what is 20,000?
That's how much my daughter has been paying the bookkeeper who's keeping the books for the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. Because
Okay.
she's entering everything 2 times.
So does
Whatever
this,
she does in Chamber Master, where she does all the automatic billing and everything, she goes into QuickBooks and does it all over again.
so why doesn't she just do it out of QuickBooks and kick the Chamber Master to the curb?
I don't know, but I think it has to be in Chamber Master because that links up to their website.
Oh, got it.
I think we're pretty much all aware of all, and especially Joanne and Misha and that. All these different things connect with each other.
No, I understand.
They don't always connect, but I believe that the Chamber Master connects, or you can export from Chamber Master over to the website. She has a really nice website, and it improves your SEO tremendously. So that's one of the big advantages. That's why I belong to it. But I found somebody who, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It's Michelle, Riffe. And
Okay.
I think most of us are familiar with her. We've seen her on different groups. And she's in a little town called Owatonna, Minnesota, which is basically halfway between Minneapolis and Iowa, the Iowa border. And she's done a lot of work with people, because right now, the way it works is if we add members, that just skyrockets how much the bookkeeper's doing, and she's doing twice the work she needs to do. She doesn't understand, and she doesn't want to understand the concept of a zero-sum sales receipt for a daily report being taken out of Chamber Master, and not tracking every single member in QuickBooks, but just tracking, well, they're a member of which chapter. And
Right.
a member of a certain chapter, then you could get the reports for how many of that chapter members paid that month, and then you could probably calculate it, I think, in QuickBooks. And I haven't decided yet whether you want to use customer type or whether you'd want to use classes. But I think it could be done. And when I talked to Michelle, she's worked with a number of companies that weren't making any money. And she sat down with them and they worked with them, and then they figured out how to streamline everything so that they could make money. And I asked my daughter also to think in terms of, if you are paying your chapter presidents a commission in a way that everything has to be entered again in QuickBooks, you have to figure how much money you're paying your bookkeeper to pay them that bonus.
And this can't be done with Transaction Pro Importer, or?
I have no idea, but I wasn't interested in doing it because it's my daughter, and I'd rather be a help to her than I can't solve the problem. You know what I mean? So I just think it's like sometimes doing work for close friends. I do work for a lot of people and they become close friends because I'm successful helping them. But I think I just want to be careful. So it's more important for me to have her as a good friend than it is to have her as a client.
Oh, absolutely. I understand that entirely.
So I'm just trying, and I think Michelle, from what she said, that's what she loves to do. And
awesome.
She's if the person does a lot of the data entry themselves.
Got it. Got it.
So.
Hey, Yvette, long time no see. Hi there.
Hi there. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing in San Jose with all these floods and all that?
On a creek. It's wonderful out here. The weather's it's not raining today. The sun came out. I actually went for a walk.
Nice.
Water earlier today, and glad the rain has stopped for a while. A lot of flooding around here.
I'll bet.
That's what I thought. You've been on my mind. I've been seeing all these terrible things in the news. Wondering how you're doing.
My basement flooded 3 times, so I had to get a couple new pumps in there and stuff like that. So, but
wow.
I'm doing good. Just really busy, you know. It's tax season, like you guys, and everything. And I was sick for a while there. I'm still kind of getting over it. You know, I had like bronchitis.
Goodness.
And other than that, life is great. I can't complain. How's everybody doing? How are you, Gina?
Doing good. Same as you. Busy, busy, busy.
Yep.
Last week was antagonistic potential client week.
Oh,
What was
I gotta listen
that?
to that one.
Antagonistic potential clients.
Oh, yes. I assume they didn't become real clients.
It was hard not to, but the answer is yes, they did not.
I've had a client like this. Matter of fact, a few months ago, I had a client, brand new client, and I knew when I talked to them that they're not someone I wanted to do business with, only because they were very persistent. I don't really meet with clients anymore. If they want to meet with me, we do a virtual meeting. Yeah. It's just my policy, you know. Yeah. And so, but he was very persistent. I even told him, okay, I'm about a month and a half out. So if you want to meet, this is when I can do it. Either that, or if you want to meet with me sooner, we could do a virtual meeting, you know. And they were persistent about it. Okay, just let us know when your next available date is, so you could come to our studio and meet with us. And so, long story short, I ended up going there, and we talked about what needed to be done. Then, I sent them an engagement letter. They signed it and everything, paid a deposit. Then, I think a day or two into it, I start getting, because it's a conversion. They had this system that I've never heard of before. So anyways, we decided, okay, let's just bring in the ending balances, 2016, and then start from scratch. Basically had to bring in all their customer database, their vendors and everything. And so I had to manipulate that stuff. And then every day they were calling me. And the third thing is that they needed a time tracking system to work with their studio, because they're, billable time. That's how they bill their clients.
Right.
So I knew I had 2 options, and one that I really liked for them. So I said, once I get the QuickBooks set up, then we could do, get that third party, figure out what we're going to use for the time, for the timekeeping tool. And this guy said, stop right there. QuickBooks is useless without the time tracking tool. I'm like, I just, so you know what I did? Yeah. I mean, so you know what I did? I said, let's do this. How about if I refund you your whole deposit, every bit of it, and you don't owe me anything? And he says, what? And I said, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. We're just not a good fit. Yeah. I says, we're in this now 7-8 days, and every day, 5 times a day, you guys are contacting us and what have you. I gave him a schedule of when everything was going to be done, and we were ahead of it. I didn't even
Wow.
charge him for the time we spent, manipulating this stuff. I just wanted to be done. Because some people, you just know, it's better to cut it.
Never get them happy.
No.
Yeah.
So I ended it there. I refunded them 100%, everything. Finished. I don't even deal with
See,
that.
they'll give you a
I
good,
can't stand, they hire professionals like us to do the work, and they're trying to tell us what they need and how to do it. I'm sorry, I don't work with people like that.
no.
That sounds like my experience this week. I had to tell some of the other people on before is that I had this client. He contacted me and he just bought a new house and he got married and had a kid and he wanted to have a profession do his taxes as opposed to doing TurboTax. And so I said, fine. And so I did it and I gave him a draft copy. And about a day and a half later, I get this email that says, I should have told you, but I'm the type that triple checks everything. In fact, I went on and bought TurboTax and redid my redid my return, and I got these questions that TurboTax says that I should have these deductions. So we went back and forth a couple of times, and finally I could tell this guy wanted to have the last word. So finally I said, I think you ought to just do your own return in TurboTax. Said I'm not going to invoice you for anything. If you feel that it's appropriate to pay me for anything for my time, then you decide what's fair. And then says I'm going to you have until Saturday to clean out the portal, and then after I'm going to delete you, and that's it.
Good.
So I don't know if he's going to send me a check or not, but he's
You
going
got to do what you got to do,
I mean,
and
if he's-
figuring that out early in the life of the relationship is sometimes a lot better because it can get disastrous.
Yeah, I just didn't have time to be picking nits with this guy, so I'm just saying,
Yep. We're not
It's not
going to
good-
fight. We're in
it's
this
not good-
together. If we
yeah.
can't do it
Well,
together,
we're so good, we don't have to hold on to their money. We can earn money when we need it.
well, it's like, why hire somebody if you want to do it yourself?
Yeah, and I've lost, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what. I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
I just said, why don't we just call it a day and be done? And he was like so shocked.
yeah, they are. They are.
I'm like,
What's that?
and it was a big
Wait till
account.
he finds somebody else and it's a disaster and he'll go, I wish I should.
I was like, I couldn't believe it. And then,
Well, my problem is I now love my clients.
Good.
All of the clients that I have, I love. And one of them I even fired at one point.
I've had that every night.
yeah, and they come back.
Always come back.
But you know what? Actually, it was over. I couldn't do what he wanted me to do and believe in the numbers.
Right.
So, I can't do it. I'm sorry. And I think he thought about that and appreciated it and said, okay, I'm willing to do whatever you say. And now it's working.
Well, it's like that Bonnie Raitt song that as you get older, life becomes more precious when there's less of it to waste. And I just wasn't going to be, it just doesn't make any sense to be spending more time. You've already lost money on the deal anyway. So
Exactly. Well, what's happening is you are starting to trust in your instincts.
Yeah.
After you've had your business a little bit and you've been in business, you don't need every comer.
Nope.
You can pick and choose, and if you stay true to what you believe in and your values, you're going to make out better.
Plus that opportunity cost of time, you can get a better client somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny that we're talking about this because I was just telling somebody yesterday that this is the first time in my career that I would say 95 to 98% of my clients, I love them. Just really nice, and
Wow.
things are looking a little different too because I recently, I got this text from a client of mine. He's an older man and I've been servicing him, I don't know, maybe 7 years now. And he just out of the blue sent me a text and he says, hey, my wife and I really want to tell you how much we appreciate you. Our business wouldn't be where it's at without you, and people are starting like out of the blues. I mean, I don't ask
That's
people.
nice. That's nice that they do that, and that's because you're doing and you do more when you feel more appreciated too.
Yeah, and it's just like that day that I had that incident with that client, and I told him, hey, let's call it a day. That it was kind of bugged me a little bit because I did put so much time into that, and I was thinking, what is with people? They they hire professionals to do the job, and they're trying to tell you how it should be done or what they don't need and what's this and that.
Yep.
And the thing is I've learned in business, you just don't take things personal. But on the other hand, too, I just don't like to work with people like that, because you're never going to make them happy.
No.
And it's also, they don't value what
I think that's it in a
advice
nutshell.
in our service. So that next day, I mean, I was kind of like bummed about it. And the next morning I get a ping on my phone from Facebook. It's a private message from another client of mine. He did a video. He said, I have something for you, and I want to show you something, and it's just because. And so it was just a video, a testimonial, and it made me cry.
Aww.
I was like, I never expected anybody to do that. But I think, there are a lot, now I'm at the point too that I have a lot of good clients. And now when I get a client like this guy that I let go, I knew from the beginning, my instinct told me not to do business with him. So now I really know that. It's like, I'm not even waste my time. There are good people out there,
Exactly.
who value our services,
And when you get like in, that feeling with the clients, you feel like you're part of their team.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get more excited about the new things that they're doing. You talk more. You're more into what's happening, more there. And it becomes teamwork, and it does become exciting. I think that's where my passion, gets fueled, and I get energized, being part of a team and being successful together.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
appreciate that.
in some ways, being self-employed is less stressful because you can always fire a client, but if you're an employee, you're kind of stuck with all the dysfunctional people you work with.
That's true.
It's a lot easier to fire. It's a lot easier to fire a client than find a new job. So,
Do you think sometimes a lot of the wise Alex that they're always looking to beat the system and all of that, they're the ones that probably give you the most headache, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
So I just had near the end of the year, I had to let go of one like that. They were a husband and wife team. And their numbers, and she would do all the entering. And every time I pull up the, reconcile for her, and like they had all this stuff on the employee benefit, golfing. Okay. About $16,000 worth of golfing. They go every day to golf. And I'm, well, what? Oh, it's employee benefits.
Oh, yeah, right. And the only employees that are benefiting are the owners.
Yeah, that's all the only employees we have,
employee relations.
And that's just a little piece of what they've done. So I just
Trust your instincts. Do what you know is right. And in the end, you'll make out better. I mean, at the time, you might feel like, I don't know. Well, we have our lovely Deb with us.
Right. Hey, Deb.
I'm driving. I'm actually a passenger in the car. Today's my dad's 92nd birthday, and we're taking him out to dinner.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Yeah.
So we're driving to Orlando from sunny Port Orange.
Nice. Enjoy your time.
Yeah. So what's been the topic today?
I would be interested in hearing Deb's experiences on firing clients.
Yeah, we were talking about clients and
Clients too we were talking about. Oh, Sarah will get a kick out of this. Sarah Laidlaw.
Yeah.
My Codine people, I brought you in to make the balance. We got something else we got to work with. But anyway, remember how we've got that account to reconcile AR to Oak Street, where the sales isn't matching up.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I work with a guy who he takes what we have and he puts it into Excel.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives the Excel stuff over to the taxes. So we're going through, and he says, well, there's two accounts here, and I don't know what they are. One was the clearing account, and one was the reconcile the AR. And I said, well, the reconcile the AR is really sales that should have somehow cleared from Oak Street, but didn't. you know. Oh, that can't happen. I said, oh, interesting. You know, so anyway, he says,
Well, it's there, so it sticks out.
what's really funny is when he puts those two accounts in that he thinks don't belong there.
Yeah.
You know how far off you and I are?
What?
'That's
1 penny off.
great.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, $13 million, we're off 1 penny.
Oh, yeah. I want it to be perfect, though.
Well, sorry about that. Probably the penny's his fault, not ours. So anyway.
That's awesome.
You got to tell him that you got to tell him the penny is his fault, and if he doesn't believe it, he has to prove it.
There you go.
That's a good one,
I
Larry.
don't think a penny's going to make a difference on this income tax return, but the president of the company, and I got to get a video from him, but the president of the company says, you know, this has turned out so much more beautifully, but he said, the only thing we have to do is we have to write this up so somebody else can do the work. And I'm thinking like, oh, good luck. I said, well, then you and I have to meet, and I have to show you what I do. I've written it down, but I said, I think the only way anyone's ever really going to understand it is if I sit there and train them on it. And if I train them, I think they'll probably be fine. But
If you do the training, use Zoom and record it.
Okay. Good
But
idea.
they're talking about training you right out of your job.
That's all right with me. They're gonna sell the business somehow. But who knows? Maybe somebody else. But if nothing else, it's been, you know, getting paid $1,000 a month for about 5 hours of work is really kind of nice.
Yeah.
Especially when they really like it, and then you come in 1 penny.
Yeah,
off.
but you know what? Those 5 hours that you do would take someone else a week.
It might. Who knows? Well, and the other thing that's really good is, see, I know when to bring in an expert to do what I can't do.
That helps. That helps when you're honest like that.
Yeah.
So, Linda, tell us about the I-10. There was question about I-10s, an individual taxpayer identification number.
Didn't Sarah write on that one? And I did too. Yeah. If you don't want to use your Social Security number on your income tax return, you get an I-10.
And it's just for an individual running a sole proprietorship that files a Schedule C.
So I
Without
have an EIN number. I have an EIN number.
Yeah.
Well, you can use an EIN, but you're a corporation, aren't you?
No,
Right?
you're a sole proprietor. Well, I had an EIN when I was a sole
Yeah, I'm a sole proprietor. I'm going to be switching though to a.
I think I-10 is individual tax ID number. It's usually for people who don't have a Social Security number. So
Right.
people with a green card or anything like that. And so, or they're in the process, they haven't like applied for Social Security yet. And then there's EIN number, which anyone can get, whether you're a sole proprietor or a corporation.
So you don't have to have employees to get an employer identification number?
No.
No.
I think that was the confusion in the thread is we're used to EINs, employer identification numbers. But if you don't want to give out your Social Security number, I'd get an EIN.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And I-10, you know.
No, an I-10 is in lieu of a Social Security
In
number.
lieu of a Social
Oh,
Security
okay.
number.
Yeah, but you know what thing I noticed when my CPA does my taxes, she uses my Social Security number, not my EIN number.
Right.
Right.
I use my Social Security number too, but I was told that's another way to do it so that they don't steal your identity or something.
But what you want to do is if you're giving out W-9s to somebody, you
Yeah,
need to put
that's
your
what-
social on it.
Yeah,
So
I
get
give
it,
my
just give it
EIN
an
number.
EIN. We did that with the, I do a lot of payments to the police officers who work private events. And so we had W-9s on all of them. And I was talking to a crowd. We had a big event. And one of the guys got his tax return done. And they had to file it manually because somebody had stolen his identity. And I said, go get an EIN. And the next year, it was like the word spread through the police department. Next year, everybody had an EIN.
Nice.
But Melissa,
Yeah.
if you have a green card, you have a Social Security number.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you
Yeah.
don't have a green card.
If you're not authorized to work,
If you're not authorized to work, you can get
Right.
you can get it.
green card
I-10.
holders are permanent residents, and they have
That's true.
They have social
And they're pink. Are they still pink? They never were green.
They're green.
They have
green
never
now?
really been
They're
green.
green now. My wife's a resident.
Because for the longest time they were pink.
You're not.
Yeah,
pink.
that's
It's also-
they've never really been green.
It's also, I know it was a big thing when I used to work at H&R Block for people who had spouses like back in Mexico or spouses in the Philippines, so that they could claim them on the tax return as a spouse. They have to get them an I-10. And you have to have a special, you have to go through special training to be able to help issue I-10s to people and do the application with them. It's not like anybody can just go and get an I-10.
But you can get an EIN
Exactly.
in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, anyone can get an EIN.
SS4, go online, boom.
Yeah, I actually recommend my sole proprietors especially if they're giving out I-9s, W4, I'm sorry, yeah,
W9s.
1099s to apply for an EIN, even if they're a sole proprietor, and use the EIN
Yeah.
for that, even if they're filing a Schedule C.
Yeah, I do that
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I do that too for all mine, just to protect their social, for banking and stuff, and signing up for, especially network marketing. They have to give their social for certain things and stuff like that. I just say, get a DBA, sign up, get an EIN for your Schedule C, and use your EIN for everything. Don't give anybody your social.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's change subjects again. Let's talk to Sarah Laidlaw. You're a Citrix partner.
I am. I have no idea what that means.
Congratulations.
So what does that mean? What does that mean?
All right, so I was working on my affiliate page, and I'm an affiliate for blah, blah. Well, ShareFile, I push ShareFile a lot, and, those Citrix products. I thought, well, hey, what's their affiliate program? Oh, my gosh, that took a month. It was a
Wow.
full application, and then I had to answer all these extra questions, and then somebody called and interviewed me, and then another lady, and then I kept getting bumped up. I guess they like me,
Do you have to give blood?
And
Did you have
Fingerprinted like the IRS.
Did you have to give blood?
Yeah, I know. My firstborn, I want to make sure I'm, on the up and up, what my attitude is, and what was I really doing, and what do I do, and they're wading through my website. So I told them, I think the clinker was, I said I'm speaking at Accountex this year. And I'll be speaking with, CPAs and controllers and partners of firms and
So I was completely wrong. Mark did not help you with this at all.
He didn't. So now that I'm approved, so now I am on probation for a year. And then I just got holy man. I've got a 100-page guide, and then this one's 17 pages. So I have all this stuff to wade through. But I can only sell through a authorized, they're hooking me up with Ingram Micro. I'll have my own connection with Ingram Micro. So
What is Ingram Micro?
that's where Ingram Micro. That's where Mark gets a lot of his parts and stuff. You've heard of CDW or
Yeah, because I have an IT guy. He uses Ingram Micro, and I guess I didn't know if it was parts or if he's paying for.
Yeah, Ingram Micro, Global Technology Supply Chain.
So they are the supplies, and the Citrix is the software
Product.
that makes it work?
So I recommend it. I link them up, whatever. So, so they'll get in touch with me on, how this works. And so
as an IRP, Sarah, you can also order QuickBooks and QBO through Ingram Micro.
really?
What benefit would that take?
What benefit would that be? Huh?
When they're running rebates, you can get really good prices and sit on and sell them. Basically, have inventory of it.
Brandon, you're going to have to contact Sarah after this is done because you are breaking up. It's hard to hear you.
Break it up, bud. Well, That sort of leads me to the other conversation that we had where someone, I turned this off in QuickBooks, so now I can't get it to come back on again. When 2017 came out, when you go into 14, these little commercials are popping up like, hey, upgrade.
Right.
I turned it off. Now I wish I wanted to come back on because someone in Facebook said that their client paid $150 to upgrade Pro. So our cost is $185, and Amazon can get it for $170, and then Intuit itself is selling it for $150. It's like, why are we even messing with this? Huh?
If it's it was with Costco. I think it was through Costco last week. The Pro is gone now. Unless you want
the big box people, the Sam's of the world and Costco or Staples or whatever, they can buy it and then sell it for less than their cost as a loss leader to get you, to do other stuff.
Sure.
So I understand that. And now I understand that resellers, if we can show that a big box is out there selling it for less, we can match it. But I got the impression from her that her client was inside her program and got a pop-up. But nobody's heard of that or seen that.
It's very easy to turn on, Sarah. Hold on. Let me go in.
Yeah, you can turn on all pop-ups.
Yeah, I turned on the pop-ups, and so it hadn't popped yet.
And you've turned it off and back on again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Well, and I haven't really worked on a client.
Well, the other thing is, are they really telling you the truth or trying to get a lower price?
Well, she went back to her client and said, I can't beat that. Go ahead and get it. She was the one that bought it, installed it, and then didn't know how to browse to her data file and ended up Googling for help instead of going through the product to get help, and ended up with one of those fly-by-night scammers that
Right.
we're going to charge you almost $400 to help you. So, and I don't know why you're getting batted into it. I guess.
Yeah, that's another case of if you're going to hire a professional,
you will
trust
find
them.
into it, and you would find other people too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scammers out there.
It's hard to tell whether they're into it or not. And
Yeah.
They'll lie.
Oh, I got one. American Express. I got one the
Yeah.
other day, and I called them on the phone about it because, I know it was on. Well, there was just a charge on your card for $8,500, and
they just
want to know
called
if it
you?
was you. Click on this link, and then if you look up at the email, American Express at joeblow.com,
Yeah, put your bank account on the.
But it looks very real. I mean, if you didn't know what to look for, it looked real. So I called American Express, tell them, and they gave me where to send it to, and I sent it.
You can forward it to their phishing department.
Yeah, the fake, the
phishing department.
Yeah, it's a shame that we have to be so diligent.
I wonder how much these companies really do about it. I mean, it seems like this stuff is growing by leaps and bounds.
And how much can they, though? I mean, it does.
I'm sure if they close one down, that they pop right back up.
If the government really wanted to do something, there's something Trump could do. Forget about the border and all that stuff.
Let's stop this cyber crime.
Yeah.
Okay, so changing subjects again. Joanne.
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
about Google Desktop.
Yeah, so from our past conversations of being able to access, our client stuff or mainly for me would be for our office computers remotely, we tried Google Desktop this week. My son actually, my son works for me. He's one of my accountants. So I just kind of gave it to him and I said, I've heard there's a Google Desktop. There's a Google Desktop, remote desktop. Figure it out how to install it on your computer, install it on home, and let me know how it works. And so he was showing me it today, and it looks really slick. To me, it looks just like Log Me In. as far as
Really?
the resolution
Yeah,
and things like that.
Heard
So
people use that.
he's been
RDP?
using it. He's been using it for the past like 3 or 4 days, and he hasn't really had any issues at all. And so that's free.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have a Google.
What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Does somebody have to be there to click OK?
No,
or
no, it's just like Log Me In. It's access as long as it's set up on that computer. You set it up through Chrome.
Yeah.
You set it up on the one computer, and then he set it up on his home computer, and they talk to each other, and it automatically can remote access the other computer.
Does it print?
I don't know. He doesn't normally print because we do everything with like PDFs and stuff.
Yeah.
So we
Different way of thinking when you're doing digital.
What's that?
It's a different way of thinking when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
doing digital.
Yeah, because he has 2 screens, so when he's entering in stuff, he'll just put the PDF on one screen, and we keep things in folders. But I haven't asked him if it printed. I can check and follow up with you and let you know.
Because like if you're doing a payroll and then you want to print the confirmation, or if you want to.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been times where I've had to do that with Log Me In, and all I do is just send myself a PDF. I just have I just open up my Box account when I'm on the computer, and I upload everything into Box and then download it on my computer and print it from my computer directly. But I'm sure there's obviously we're talking this is free, so even if it didn't print, if you willing to do that type of thing instead of paying $260 for Log Me In.
I've used Google Desktop across all my devices. Even with my tablet.
Mm-hmm.
But it gets funny working with it because a tablet and a desktop work completely different.
Well, yeah.
You don't have a mouse to click. You have to double click your finger or double whatever. So it is a little bit odd, but it, as far as I've used it, it has worked.
Yeah, computer to computer, I don't think it's an issue, but I mean, obviously there was times where I actually used Log Me In on my phone to look at my computer, so that was even worse as far as trying to
imagine that.
Yeah.
Well, Joanne, since he tried it and it looks good, remember I've been having trouble with remote, what is it? RDP because I don't have Windows Pro.
Right.
I think this might be an option that I'm looking for until I get the new computer up and running, and then I get the laptop upgraded to Windows Pro.
Yeah, definitely give it a shot. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna try it now since it's through Chrome. I can set this computer up, and then I can, even when I move this computer off, if I have all of them like that, then I shouldn't have a problem.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, this is good.
What I wonder is if that automatically sets up a VPN between the 2 computers.
Yeah, I have no clue. All as I know is when I click the button, he can see his computer. I don't know the tech stuff.
Well,
that's the important part.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want other people to see what you're passing back and forth,
Yeah, well, I would make the assumption that if it's Google and everybody's got everything in Google and Google Drive and your emails, that there's got to be some. And I thought there's got to be some type of security. And I thought I saw in one of the groups, that's the reason why I wrote it down to look at, that there was security. Somebody actually copied a screenshot of whatever.
There is. It's a PIN. You enter a PIN when you connect.
Yeah.
I use it, and when you sync the 2, and it tells you.
What's the name of is it called Google Desktop, or is there like remote access?
Remote
Desktop.
It's Chrome Remote Desktop.
Or Chrome Remote Desktop.
Okay.
They must have renamed it.
Oh, yeah. I do that all the time.
So log me in to join.me, to Zoom, and Google Desktop. I've used all throughout for my personal stuff. I could use it more than what I'm using it now.
Could you, I have a client and I'm their controller and there's 5 machines over there and I never know who's going to call and say, help. So I'm going to pop, with Log Me In, I just log in and then go to whatever machine I want to go into. So
Joanne is just trying to make me switch to G Suite. That's all it is.
I'm not. I'm just trying to share something that's free because I'm under the impression that everybody likes free instead of paying. I
trying
could
to
be
Drake.
wrong.
She convinced me to switch to Drake. It took
Okay,
her what? 3
let's put it
years?
this way. If you don't want to switch, whoever wants to try Log Me In, if you use my affiliate link, I'll get 33% off my next read. I won't have to switch to Google Remote Desktop.
There you
No,
go.
she's slowly wearing me down. I've got Drake now. Now I have a remote desktop with Chrome. Next is going to be G Suite with email and everything. And,
She's sharing the love.
Plan.
That's what they're doing on Log Me In, though. If you noticed it, if you ever go in and look at your subscription and your billing, it tells you what the new price is, and then it says refer a friend. You refer 3 friends, and you basically get your renewal for free. So it's like you save 33% for each friend you get to sign up and pay for a pro account. And once you get 3 friends, you basically get a free renewal. So everybody, if you have Log Me In, make sure you add that as an affiliate on your partner page.
I gave up Log Me In a while ago.
I was surprised. I used to have it. I was surprised how much it gone up in price. It seemed like it at least doubled.
Because it got bought out.
They got bought out, and they're just getting rid of all the little people.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Seemed like it was about $70 a year. Then I saw it was like $250. I'm going.
Yeah, it doubled in this little. Yeah. So I think the first client I have about to renew, it'll be at the end of March. So I gotta come up with a solution for them before then.
So it looks like you'll be trying Google Desktop too.
I think Zoho Assist has a free version too. I'm not sure how much. I know the paid one's like $25 a month.
The other one I'm looking at is I used to use it a long time ago.
I'd go to my PC.
Go to my PC. No, it's not that one. It's
TeamViewer.
Splash Top or.
Oh yeah, we talked about Splash Top the other day.
Splash Top. All right, Google Desktop.
There you go.
Okay. Chance, I have another question too.
Go ahead.
The question I have is, right now, the daughter's bookkeeper is running the 1099 vendors through one of the QuickBooks payroll programs so she can get direct deposit of their check.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
I do that a lot.
usually you can just write a check to people. Isn't there another program that you just pay without doing a payroll to 1099 people?
It's not payroll. They're just using the payroll screen.
Yeah, to keep track of it, and at the end of the year.
But how much is that they're paying for it?
$1.75, $1.80 a pop.
And that's it. They're not paying for the payroll itself?
They probably already have it.
No, they don't. They're using Gusto payroll.
Oh,
For
really?
the real employees for the
Well,
W2
it was
employees.
set up at one time.
They set
Does
it up.
Gusto do that?
Pay contract.
Gusto person.
Yeah, Gusto does it.
You can pay contractors with Gusto too.
Yeah.
And does it keep track of it? at the end of the-
And it sends out the 1099s and everything.
And it hooks with accounts payable?
What?
I don't know.
Well, accounts payable is a bill and a bill payment. You could
Right.
do it as a
I do
check.
that. I just send, I say pay with direct deposit and it goes out.
Yeah, there's some people who pay their. If there's a lot, you can pay your contractors through,
It seems to me
and
there's a
they
lot
get
of
the
different
1099
ways
at the
to
end of
do
the
it
year
without
with the
paying for
pages
payroll.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, if they already have Gusto, you should look into having them use that for their 1099 vendors. It'll probably be cheaper than something outside of it.
Yeah, but what happens if you pay somebody outside of Gusto?
Well, yeah, supposedly
Pay
the
on
only
your credit
reason
card and it won't matter.
Mommy knows.
is to be able to do a direct deposit. And I said there's a lot of ways to do direct deposit.
The trick that you have to do though is it does not work if you don't check eligible for 1099. So I use it for reimbursements and everything. I just turn it on. I tell everybody's eligible for a 1099.
Got it.
And then when it's time to do the 1099s, I uncheck them. It's stupid.
Got it. Well, that makes sense. So, that was all I was thinking about. Obviously, whoever gets the job, that person will find a way to do it that would be hopefully more streamlined.
Got it.
So
So last subject on tap was Dennis, who wanted to talk about automated bookkeeping and automated jobs that are taking away our jobs. And what can we do to replace those jobs that are being taken away?
I haven't experienced that. Larry, have you experienced that?
Dennis.
Or
Well,
Dennis? Or is that something that you're
The reason what generated this
planning?
interest was that I got this email. I belong to a organization called Tax Coach. It does tax planning. And he's trying to drum up some business for his conference. And one of the issues to be discussed, I mean, he mentioned the H&R Block and Watson combination they're rolling out, where they're using a computer, the Watson IBM computer with artificial intelligence to basically sort of offer tax suggestions to clients.
scary?
Yeah, and I'm thinking,
You know why they have to do that, right? Because not to insult them, because I worked for them for 3 years, because most of their preparers have no idea what they're doing.
Well, that's
and
what
so
I
they need a
figured.
computer to tell the client to
Well,
plan.
that's kind of what I figured, but I
it's
also
a load of crap. It's like winning at taxes. Like, I want to punch someone in the face most of the time.
I was also cynically thinking that maybe there's a way of trying to, peddle add-on services like, a custom tax, review with, a different level of service.
Well, it's like you had the guy that was fighting you about TurboTax. Maybe the angle is prepare your own taxes. Afraid to push that button? Let me review it. But the problem is, you pretty much have to do the return over again, don't you? Though.
Oh yeah, I've asked people have asked me to review their tax. I said, well, I'd practically have to do the return anyway. So
I mean, that's what H&R Block forever had, their like double or check thing where you could bring in your tax return and they'd check it for free, and then they'd find something and then get you on
of course,
on a amendment, which is how they made money on it.
Yeah, kind of a loss leader bait and switch.
Probably in material stuff, huh?
Yeah, reclassifying office expenses, repair and maintenance.
Yeah. Gotta make that return.
I knew a bookkeeper that did that. She was all up in arms because they reclassified. They had expenses classified in the wrong categories, in her opinion. So she was going to send out an amendment. And I said, so what's the difference in tax?
Right.
And she said, none. I said, then why are you doing it?
Why are you making a human touch that return?
I said, are you stupid? I mean, what are you trying to do? Pad the guy's bill? I mean, that just annoys the crap out of me when I see that.
Plus, raise your hand to the IRS.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Right.
Well, it's not right. I mean, right might. I mean, it's right enough. I mean, well, what if they get audited? Deal with it then.
What happened?
It's still an expense. It's a balance sheet, right? Yeah, well, then the income statement's right. Category might be off, but so what?
That's exactly right. The bottom line will still be the bottom line.
Exactly right. They're not going to increase their tax any. You'll just piss them off.
Hey, Chrome remote desktop installed on one computer.
By the way, there's my dad. There's my dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Happy birthday.
Everybody saying happy birthday to your dad. Wave.
Happy birthday! All right, he waved.
He's 92.
God bless him.
Nice.
Stop sign.
He's like, who are you talking to? All my friends around the country. Well, thank you for that.
Well, I don't think we're going to lose our jobs anytime soon to automation, Dennis.
No.
Much as
Do
you
you really want
say,
clients like that?
Well,
No,
you can do a higher volume of things, but you still have to keep an eye on. You still have to have those human eyes looking at things.
I agree with that. I'd be interested in Melissa's experience of H&R Block as to what were some of the common screw-ups with H&R Block returns.
Oh gosh. Well, I think the biggest one, because so I started in tax and accounting because I got hired to work at H&R Block, and I went through their tax training, which was great.
Yeah, the tax training is really good.
their target market is earned income credit filers and, you know, people with W-2s and just really basic, like, and tend to be low income. So we were trained on how to do that. And then people would come in with an HSA and I would be like, oh my God. Or like people would have complicated itemized deductions or, you know, and so like their goal, of course, is to match them with a more experienced preparer who will know how to do the return, but that doesn't always happen because if the person is waiting there going, I want my taxes done now, and there's a first or second year, they're sitting like, well, I can try it. Like,
I can fill out a computer.
Yeah, I can answer yes and no.
Well, I had the sense that they really relied on their software.
Oh, heavily on the software. So I think like, yeah, HSAs are a big one that get messed up. I mean, the basics, the silly stuff like itemized deductions either get entered wrong or not, like some get missed. And then, I mean, if you're given anyone who's like under a third year, a Schedule C, they're gonna mess it up almost guaranteed. Because you know they're gonna say like, oh, you can claim all these things, and it's, you know, I mean, I'm gonna say like, in my opinion, and it may have changed, but it's no better than doing TurboTax, going into H&R Block and getting someone who's not an experienced tax preparer. That's not to say that there are not amazing, awesome tax preparers at H&R Block also, because my office manager who trained me was an incredible enrolled agent, and hence, like, I fell in love with doing taxes, ditched them, and went on my own.
Well, I got the sense, I mean, don't they have EAs?
It's kind of sad the way H&R Block does it, and then Liberty Tax and the Jackson.
Liberty scares me. Like, there's so many Liberty people getting arrested every year now.
But it's like they target the group of people who have the least amount of knowledge about what they need to do. And then I've had over the years seen people who had H&R Black tax return done, and I was like, so why did you pay? You're getting a refund. Why did you take out a loan from H&R Black? And they look at me like, what loan? What are you talking about? I go, you sign a loan application right here in your paperwork. They had no clue what they were signing.
That's because they can't wait. They can't wait. My housekeeper.
They walk out of the office with money in their pocket, and that's all they care about.
So how much of a discount do they take? Maybe 20% or more than that?
No.
The interest rate on their short-term loans when I was working there was close to like 160%.
Yeah. It was about 200. It was like 200%. My housekeeper had a $4,000 refund coming, and I don't even think she had her W-2 yet. She still had her last stub. And so I'm like, first of all, how did you get your refund when you haven't gotten your W-2 yet? Because you're not allowed to do your return.
Right.
So what they do is they draft it out, tell you and then it's a loan. And I said, okay, oh, I know it was.
It's a it's like a
cash advance
line of credit.
Right.
Yeah, cash advance line of credit.
I looked at this paper. I said, can I look at the paper? $400. I said, let me ask you something. If I hand you your tax refund and then say, now give me $400, does that feel different than you just getting this money? And she's like, oh, but I have to fix my car. I said, you can't wait 10 days? 10 days.
But Sarah,
how long does it take you to make $400?
Yeah, that $400 would have fixed the car.
Sarah,
Oh.
here's the thing. Exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Couldn't you wait a couple of days?
Can't you wait?
When you are poor, you cannot.
Her car was broken.
Wait, and her car was broken.
Nothing in savings, no emergency money.
And
that's where
and they don't want to hear it.
It's payday lenders. I mean, there is literally a payday lender in my town right now because I live in a very low income town. There's payday lenders like every half mile down
the title
main boulevard. Yeah, the cars, now it's all car title loans. That's the new big thing. And then the free Obama phones and I mean, it's just, but at the same time, I've been in situations, you know, I've been on food stamps. I've been that poor. I've been like getting the full $8,000 earned income credit and I know how it feels to be like, oh my God, there's a chance that I could get this money and get some of these bills off of my back now than have to wait 4 or 6 more weeks to get
And
my
I think
W-2
it's free
and
money.
file.
It's free money for them. So
Yeah. Well, because they're winning at taxes.
yeah. 'Cause my thing was, you know, I knew what she made, and I said, how did you get $4,000? I said, you didn't pay anything in. So I got an education there, but no,
The sad part is that H&R Block and the Liberty people are preying on these people.
right.
And that's one of the main things that when I started doing taxes, I refuse to use any kind of bank product.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, number one, I'm gonna teach you what to look for, how to do things, and I'm gonna go through step by step everything that I'm doing so you understand and you can make better decisions. I'm like, you need to have a bank account. Make sure this is how you manage a bank account. Like I will stop what I'm doing and educate them on life skills, because if I can get through to one person and get them to think differently, I know that person will share that information with somebody else.
Right. Have you ever heard of the VITA, VITA,
Yep.
volunteer income tax assistant?
Right.
Google that and see if it's in your town, because
And sign up for it. The only reason I haven't been able to do it is because I'm just physically taking care of my mother, and I just don't have the time to dedicate.
But that's fantastic. That's a lot of retired tax people, and
It'll get done right, but no.
it doesn't cost a thing. And I even said you can just go to the IRS and file a real simple, you know, but you still have that state. That's
I think AARP has something similar. I know one guy, my Toastmaster group, his wife used to work for a CPA, and then she's retired. Now she's volunteering her time with AARP and helping out, I think, low-income people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to get H&R Block, really.
Unfortunately, Sarah, you say it like, oh, just, go this way. When I say these folks know nothing.
Yeah.
They're not getting the basic information. They think that having a big refund is a good thing. Especially when I try to teach my W-2 people, if you're getting you're getting $1,000 refund and you don't have if you're getting like $5,000 and you don't have no children, honey, you need to adjust your W-4.
Well, it's forced savings.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I say to them, so you let the IRS keep your money for 1.5 years and didn't give you no interest? Why is that?
Yeah, but think about it.
Because now they have something they can go out and buy with.
What's the interest rate? What if they were real diligent in putting it in a savings account?
Either way, 0.3% is better than zero.
It's better than zero. But I was just thinking that they can't go down there and get it.
But even so, if they adjusted their W-4, they get that money in their hand each month. They can either clear a debt, they can pay off a bill, as opposed to trying to wait for it at the end of the year. Like, that's wasting money.
So we have Step Up of Savannah, which is a anti-poverty initiative here in town, and the number one sign of poverty is no bank account at all. And then they have the whole income tax. I mean, there's so many different programs they've got going on, but it's just getting in there. And like you said, if you could just reach one person and then have them tell their family or, their friend. But then again, you have the, oh my gosh, I can't believe the story. I had a carpet store where one of the guys been on payroll he's been there forever, right? And so he gets this massive refund one year. Okay. And then the IRS audited him and went, no, you can't write off this, and all these dogs and all whoever he did. Now we get a garnishment. So, so I went down there and I'm like, why would you get a garnishment? You have a normal W-2. It's been like this 100 years. We took out the correct taxes. There's no way you owe $8,000, And he said, whoa, Uncle Bubba, he's doing everybody's taxes and everybody's getting $8,000. I'm just like, did you not think that was a little odd? Too good to be true. And so now you're in trouble. You owe the $8,000 plus penalties and interest. They're going to garnish you forever. And I said, and where's Uncle Bubba?
He's in hiding because the family's all looking for him.
Seriously, a relative that I could see if it was like a neighbor or some fly-by-night, but a relative that hurt.
Maybe he was on drugs.
Or he just didn't know better.
He didn't know better. He really, he trusted his uncle, and everybody was doing it, And I said, well, I'm sure he didn't.
And that's a case of everybody getting audited because the other person was audited.
Yeah. So I felt so sorry for the guy. So what can you do? I'm like, absolutely nothing.
Nope.
Pay the papa.
That's right. That's what happens.
Before you guys go, I got a call today from a company called Skyline Payments. They're real big with Sage, and they're just branching out into the QuickBooks world.
Oh, I got a call too.
Call today. I've been getting calls.
I got some chick calling me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably boy, she must be in our Facebook group or something.
I want her.
Wait, wasn't she the woman that did the Sage presentation?
This lady was from my area, I think.
I don't know, but she.
What was her name? Jones? Was it Jamie Jones?
Jamie Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her.
She asked for me by name. She was like, "Hey, Misha, how are you?"
I know. So how do we know
doing
her?
Payments. Yeah, she was on. We had her come and demo Sage Payment Solutions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Now because all the paperwork she sent me is all Sage, and she said it still says Sage, but now it interfaces with QuickBooks. And I said, interfaces? Like, seriously? Integrated, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So I'll talk to her because this looks significantly better than.
I remember her pointing out. I know you had to pay some
Sarah,
to
you're too
get
funny.
in. Remember there was some.
Brandon.
You had to pay like a bunch of money to be able to offer something or other. I was like, I'm not paying you to sell your product.
That.
Linda, you are muted. Whatever you just said, we did not hear. Linda, let's see if I can unmute you.
When she did the presentation and the demo of it on here,
yeah,
it was free to get in then for, I think, till the end of that month.
To become a reseller?
Yes. So I can resell it for free.
Maybe they're changing. Yeah, well, who knows?
No, she said
I don't know, but
you would have to pay money to get in on it afterwards. I don't think
you know what it is? You get 20%, but they do not pay for accounts processing below 10,000 per month.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that just eliminates.
Knock that on my peoples.
Yep.
But you get a $2,500 bonus if you bring in 5 of those puppies.
Are they part of that Unidata in New York? Skyline Services? No.
No, Skyline was part of Unidata.
Right.
Yeah, but they
got sold. Cloud9 just got sold.
Yeah, with the Abacus.
Yeah.
Abacus.
Okay, so knock that out.
I wonder if it's the same company that took over Yahoo, because Yahoo was bought over by Abacus as well. I don't know if they're the same.
Probably. So my big project now is the automated payables. Bill.com, MineralTree, XT Bills just had a name change. They're now Circulus. Beanworks, Yoast, Sherpa is coming, and Pluto.
Sarah,
so I made
Sarah Prevost.
Yeah.
You've used Pluto, haven't you, Sarah?
Yeah, I like it. I use it once in a while.
You do?
Pluto.
Yeah, I
We
like
haven't even looked at that one yet. Does it do approvals?
I haven't used it for my clients.
Okay.
I use it for myself.
What's Pluto?
You know, I can try it out on my husband and see if it works.
It's another one of those pay bills online program.
Yeah, I think you were with me, Yvette, when I saw him with the green shirt. We were looking at the scan.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
yeah.
like, oh, there's the Pluto dude.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
going to
really
slow
nice.
down because, you know, I got all hyped up on Mineral Tree, but I'm like, wait a minute. Let me see what else is
Oh.
out there.
What's Jenny Moore? She has done some stuff on Pluto. She loves it because the whole cross the border transaction. I think Misha might like it too.
Yeah,
It's
because
really
like Mineral Tree
inexpensive.
is
Which
just
one?
now
What is it?
adding
Pluto. It's a
Like
Canadian
the planet.
Okay, Gusto, Pluto. Come on now, y'all making me hungry.
Pluto's
hungry.
Who's coming up with these names anyway? Like,
I think you would like it though,
day
Misha.
when you like you heard a company name and it was like yeah, that's a company name. Now I'm like Gusto. Every time I think of Gusto, I think
Yeah,
of
it's like,
Gusto.
I think of a beer when I hear Gusto.
I'm like, okay, am I gonna have
Sarah,
a Italian tonight?
Sarah, do you take payments with credit cards, or do you just have ACH, through the bank?
Previous?
No,
Laidlaw?
Laidlaw.
Laidlaw.
I am doing all ACH, even if I get a check.
That's what I'm thinking of changing over.
Because if you have a check in your hand, that's your authorization to ACH. So I either have an ACH agreement and I just pull up the payment, hit e-check and do it, and it saves the routing number and everything.
Well, you know what the thing is that I paid, I think, over $3,000 last year on merchant fees.
Yeah, I will not take credit cards. I have a link on my TBX website because I did have one client that just went to my church and and then finally it was just like, I'll take a credit card, because he just
It wouldn't be
wasn't
bad
paying.
having Square for just
Better
the
than
ones
nothing,
that you need. But I do all mine ACH. I haven't had anyone ask me for a credit card probably in like, I don't know, over 8 months.
I don't know. When I started off,
Change that.
I went through my bank. So I have a credit card machine literally in my office.
Isn't that expensive? That's usually the most expensive merchant there is a bank.
No, because I went through my bank and it was like a small local bank. So they're,
Oh,
to
nice.
me, it was.
Or are you paying for it?
I think my fees under, it's like 2.39 or something like that.
But do you pay a monthly rental fee for the machine?
What do
That's
I pay?
usually what they get you.
Let me see. If I don't use it at all, I think I pay like $7 through the Elevon, and then the other company I pay for maintenance, like so basically when the chip machines came out, they literally just sent me a new machine and I didn't have to pay. So I just pay $7.38 a month for that.
That's really reasonable.
Yeah. So for me, it was good because what I would do is I have my people fill out a authorization form, and I would manually do the credit card and then shred the form.
But don't you want to, but then it's not interfacing with QuickBooks. I mean, there's a whole
No.
Because now for the higher rate, they'll do no monthly fee. But
well, I mean, now that I've signed up for the gold payment with Intuit, I do it and I signed up for desktop and I run it through my my QuickBooks. I turn on which one I want. I don't usually use the credit card feature on that. I just open up the ACH one and I make my people pay by ACH.
Yeah.
I get pushback.
I don't.
I have people that
If they're gonna write you a check,
for
what?
They don't want to do ACH. They want to do credit card.
Credit card. They want those mileage points.
Yeah, you know what? I have a company. They've been running through like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 charges through their credit card, and I'm like, you do realize especially if you don't have the card in hand, it's like over 3%. I know, but they insist, and I said, because they want their points. I'm like, but you're funding their vacation.
That's right. That's why I want to change it.
Are you in business to fund their vacation? And they said, well, they'll just go to another, they'll go to another store. Will they?
Well, it's 2.39, I think, with Stripe, or 2.29 with Stripe.
All right, it's after 6:30.
Time to go.
I'm halfway to getting this RDP, this room. I keep calling it RDP, Google Chrome thing set up.
Awesome.
So I'm happy.
Yay.
I have no idea. It was like
show now.
and
Happy.
I'm coming to the office tomorrow, but I want to be able to, on a Friday night, take my computer home and log in and still be able to work.
That's
That would be awesome.
See if does it say whether it'll print or you can fetch a file?
I don't care. I'm not printing nothing. If I print the PDF, honey. I don't physically print nothing.
She does not care.
Who am I printing something for?
That you sound so
Nothing.
good now.
All righty, everybody. We're going to end for
Good
tonight.
night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
We should catch up one day.